Hello, Ted Greenfield, over 50 and learning to fly, and today I'm obviously not in an airplane, I'm in a car, which can only mean one thing. Today, I've got something really different for you. So yesterday, I got a really interesting comment from a viewer, and they said, hey, I'm really having trouble with the radio calls. I'm really just struggling with it. And I remember when I started flying, I had the same problem too. So I did something kind of unusual, but it worked. Now, I'm an unusual guy, so this may not work for everybody, but it may work for some of you. And if it does, it's gonna work well because it really worked well for me. So my biggest fear was, or my biggest problem when I was learning how to do my radio calls, is I just couldn't concentrate on everything. I couldn't concentrate on flying the plane. I couldn't concentrate on talking. I couldn't concentrate on keeping that mental picture in my head. It was all so new. So what I did is I downloaded the Live ATC app on my phone, which is really cool, and I just started to listen to ATC as I was driving.
American 2323, proceed direct to Leicester and rejoin the arrival. 0.
So on this, you can have every airport imaginable, and you can have from the smaller airports all the way up to the bigger airports. So right now I'm in Florida, so I've got Miami ATC tuned in, and what I started doing was just listening to the calls as I was driving. We all know how to drive, hopefully, and we're all comfortable with talking on the phone or driving or listening to music. Well, it's the same thing with flying. Once you get used to flying and you get comfortable in the environment, the radio comms will just come. But you have to get used to it first. And a way to do it is listen to ATC while you're driving. And I know it's really nerdy, okay? This is really, really nerdy, but it will work.
Of course, in RNAV 268.
2000, cleared RNAV 26 right, American 1059.
So right now, I've got Miami approach tuned in. As I'm listening to it, what I'm doing is I'm developing a mental picture because I've kind of looked at the chart before, and I look where these planes are coming in, and I looked on 4Flight this morning to see what runways they're using. So I've got that mental picture, and as I'm driving around, I'm listening to the radio comms and I'm picturing in my head exactly where they are, and this is really helping me studying for my my instrument, because now I know what approach they're using and I can have that mental picture of exactly where they are, and then as I listen to multiple airplanes, I can visualize them all stacked up exactly where they are.
American 1059, speed of discretion, connect tower 118.3, good day.
1826.
So also, if you're struggling with the actual talking part, this is what I did as well, is that I just made the radio calls as I was driving. So if an aircraft was coming in or an aircraft was communicating, I just started repeating what they said.
American 1154, contact tower 118.3, good day.
American 254, contact tower 118.3, good day. So I just made the radio call and I just responded.
38, reduce speed to 210.
Reduce speed to 210.
338.
338. So then I just started repeating and making those radio calls as I was driving.
Here's to it once, JetBlue 694, I think I heard you first. Send to maintain 3000, expect the ILS 28 left.
JetBlue descend maintain 3000, expect ILS 28
Spirit
left.
338, turn running 180.
180, Spirit 338.
Spirit 954, Miami approach, expect vectors ILS runway 28 left.
Vectors ILS. So it helps you with this ultra fast communication, because I have trouble repeating all these numbers really fast. Because that's something I have trouble with, is when I'm getting multiple directions and a long string of instructions, I have trouble just spitting all that back instantaneously. But if you practice, just like a musical instrument, it will help you and you'll become better at it. The one thing I realized when I was working on my radio communication, it was just like practicing a musical instrument. And listening to your radio comms and perfecting your radio comms is really just like a musical instrument. if you play an instrument, you'll understand what I mean, that you just need practice with it. It's just a different way of communicating. But once you get in that rhythm and once you start listening to it, you'll begin to expect what's going to come next. And then things won't be surprising for you.
JetBlue 694, you can go ahead and start slowing to 170.
JetBlue 694, slow to 170.
Spirit 338, flighting 250 to join final, contact the tower on 119.3.
Spirit 338, contact tower 119.83. And see, I get all fouled up.
Spirit 954, descend and maintain 6,000.
6,000, Spirit 954. If you don't want to practice at Miami Tower or O'Hare or any of the bigger airports, what you can do is, as you're driving, just make your radio calls. Just imagine you're on base, final, and start at the beginning. And just practice those radio calls in the car as you're driving, because it'll get you used to operating a vehicle and making radio calls. And it's something, if you're having trouble with it, the reason is your brain's not used to it. You're just not used to doing it. So if you do it while you're driving, it's actually the same thing. You're operating a vehicle and you're just communicating a different way. And I'm telling you, after about a week of doing this, it will just roll off your tongue and it'll become really easy, and that hurdle won't be there anymore. Now, just like when you're flying, aviate, navigate, communicate. When you're practicing this in the car, drive your car first. Aviate, navigate, communicate. So if you've got an hour or so into work, or if you're spending any significant time in the car, this is a perfect practice method for you. So anyway, I hope this helps. I know it's a little odd. I know it's a little unorthodox, but I'm telling you, it works. Please be careful and let me know what you think. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we will see you later. Thanks for watching.